or resorting to co-parenting like that's the ideal, because it's not. We just know that. Hey everybody, today is actually my birthday. Born in 1996, leave a comment. But today I wanted to talk to a young man, the young father that has a child, and by no way I've arrived at these. These are things that I'm working on every single day. Love your wife unconditionally. It's usually natural for you to love your child unconditionally, right? You watch them come into this world, Hello.
Hey, that quickie noise.
What?
This is my bedroom.
Yeah, I wanted to film in here today, just to see what it looks like. You need to have that same unconditional love for your wife. One of my favorite quotes is that your child wants nothing more than to have the greatest relationship that has ever existed.
Look at my hair.
And you can have that if you get your act in order. Then you can be surrounded by people that want the best relationship with you that has ever existed. And you can have that for the entirety of your life. Where's the problem there? So love your wife in front of your kid. And number two, you are their reality. You know, we're her first picture of truth, family, love, authority, and their first picture of God-given responsibility. And when you hear that, that should really humble you as a man, that you have the responsibility and honor to take care of your child. So in knowing that, we should strive for an upright life. Obviously, you're gonna mess up, but nobody's perfect. But allow them to see you mess up and recover. You know, you're gonna lose your patience, you're gonna do things that you're not proud of, but show your child humility as a man. Your child is going to pick up on consistency. The next one is let them do life with you. Get them involved in life as fast as possible. When my daughter was 2, we bought her a kitchen stand. This allowed her to see the kitchen table, see us cutting, see us cracking eggs, see us making pancake batter. Get them involved. Allow them to see you taking up groceries, you doing the dishes, you making the bed. Don't show them how your household works. Allow them to understand, even at 2, what tomorrow means, what yesterday means, what next week means, what 10 minutes mean. You know, because you're not just raising children, you're raising future adults. You know, and children, they don't test your patience, so stop saying that. They reveal where your patience can be stretched. And I believe that exposure is a gift. God is giving you your child to sanctify you. You know, and instead of getting in these water cooler talks of, you know, why are my children doing this to me? Ask the question, what is God revealing in me through my child? And this is where I'm gonna get the most heat, without a doubt. Be faithful and stick together. Don't settle by becoming an absent father or resorting to co-parenting like that's the ideal, because it's not. We just know that. But let me add some nuance before I get heat and you just log off. I do believe there are situations where co-parenting can be the healthiest and the safest thing that you can do. But I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about the times where your ego, your passivity, and your anger and your pride ruin your relationship. And that ruins the perception that your child sees on relationships in a whole. As men, we have to lose our ego. Let's take responsibility. Let's stop blaming baby mama drama. Let's stop blaming how crazy or how wild she is. Both sides need to take accountability, but it starts with us. I really believe that. I want my child to learn integrity, self-control, honesty, humility, because those qualities are going to be tested in practically every single season of her life. When she gets her first job, her first relationship, she gets hired, she gets fired maybe, I don't know. All those virtues are gonna be needed. But I do believe that grades matter, sports matter, you know, if she wants to do sports, careers matter, I get that. Character matters more than all of that. Play with them, tell stories, be silly. Stop listening to this terrible 2 stuff. These terrible 2s, these 3-nagers. Oh, don't wait, make sure when your daughter turns 3, she's gonna... Ignore all that. Yes, there are challenges and parenting can be exhausting. But don't miss the joy just because you're focusing on the difficulty. Years from now, you're gonna miss these moments. Right now, her room's a mess. I don't like it. My room's a mess. My kitchen's a mess. My living room's a mess. That's on me. I'm not blaming anybody. However, one day, she's not gonna have these toys. It's gonna be empty. She's gonna be in college or have a relationship. So there is gonna be a time when my house is clean. And I'm okay with that now. But give yourself grace, give your wife grace, your house will be clean eventually. Young father, I want you to pray. I want you to pray for your children, pray for your wife. They need you to not be ashamed to seek God. Not just in trials, not just when you're down at the casino. Your child needs you, young man, to seek God in all times. You know, your child will probably forget certain words that you said, but they're never going to forget when they wake up and they see you reading the word, when they see you praying, when they see you loving their mom. They're never going to forget that. Work an honest job, young father, whether that's McDonald's, you're pumping gas, you're doing TSA, you're doing Uber. As long as you're working an honest job, I believe you're doing a great job as a man. Yes, you should strive, you should work harder. And young man, if you're watching this and you have a child, I want you to have a spine for your convictions. There are thousands and thousands of parents that are putting their kids in the driver's seat. You don't hear this in an obvious sense. You hear it through the words of, oh, I'm not going to force anything on my children. I was forced in the past and I didn't like it. You need to give them autonomy. You need to allow them to explore when they're a teenager. Let them do their thing. And if you're doing that, I don't think you have malicious intent. I really don't. I just think that you're teaching your kids shaky grounds, and when they get older, they're going to be swallowed by the culture and they're going to have nothing firm to stand on. So young man, please develop character and convictions that you can stand on. Do not be spineless. You know, and ask other men, ask older men, seek advice, read books. There's a lot of men that you can learn from. Well, I'm nervous, I don't want to ask, because once I ask, it's going to be obvious that I need help, you know, but humility is going to save you years of mistakes, and nobody becomes a great father on their own. So happy birthday to me. I'm now 30. It's a lot, you know. Not old, definitely not young, but so young father, you got this, man. Please message me. I will pray for you. All the best, and that's what I believe is true.